Good evening. This is Kuchum Tibu speaking. I am a fourth year Bachelor of Education intermediate phase student at the University of Johannesburg, based at Soweto campus. So, on the week of the 21st of July, we took part in a coding and robotics program. As an intermediate phase student, it wasn't my first experience, as we did part of it in the teaching studies module as third year students last year. But as much as it wasn't my first experience, it was rather more complex, as the intermediate phase students, we were expected to do more complex projects. So let's get into what my main learning gains have been. So overall, this program has taught me how to code and be able to understand the complexities behind certain programs, for examples like games, as through the Octo Studio and the Scratch, we are able to code our own games, our own animations, etc. So we understand how exactly coding works. So the challenges that I have experienced was being able to know that there are actually different kinds of codings. So coding is not only picking up your laptop and start coding and then hoping that something will just happen. As we were taught that everything that we do in our lives actually involves coding. It is as simple as building a puzzle. So what I would say, like, I found interesting actually and challenging, when we first got there, we were split into groups whereby we were tasked to build certain projects. So initially in my first group, we were supposed to build a moving screen whereby, when you animating something, maybe a cinema of some sort. So that's what we were tasked to do. But then Mr. Baloy had a challenge for volunteers for them to build a cubic solver, which I was part of. So me and a couple of my friends decided to take on the task, and we actually did it at the end of the day. It was quite challenging, putting those pieces together and all that, because there was a time whereby we thought that we were done with everything, but only to find that there are some pieces that we misplaced. So we kind of had to start all over. And that project actually took a very, very, very long time to put together. But when we finally did, it was time to put in the codes for the Rubik solver to actually work. So Sir had given us a website as to how we can find the codes, but we weren't so lucky. So, but then, given that we had worked so hard to build the whole project, he gave us the set codes that he and Ms. Kiara already had used. So we did that, and at the end of the day, we actually did the job, and everyone was actually happy and amused by how a robot can be able to build solve the cubic, because we know that mostly people actually struggle to solve the cubic. So it was a very, very, very fun learning experience for me, and it's one experience and knowledge that I pride myself in, as this is a program which is being introduced into the curriculum. So the people that are already teachers that are employed are being taken to workshops and all that, but coming from UJ, you come with that knowledge, given that you know that you already have it in your academic record and you can actually teach it. And I think what we've been taught at UJ is more knowledgeable than what they are being taught at the workshops. So it's one experience that a person can use in the future and be able to expand their knowledge, pass on their knowledge, and make something out of.